pick this map.
Good bit of outside control to start. The flash as well. Farlig, 1 for 1. They're actually doing a bit of team damage, and, well, that's going to make it easier for zehN. He's actually gunning them down from heaven. These long-range angles, he'll wait for his teammates to come through, and they still haven't collapsed on this site. The bombs dropped out in the open as well, but still even in the trades. Ooh, down, now just out to Maden, and he's descending.
Because of this, if they want to rotate players back to NIKO.
Ooh, good reaction here from GODSENT, though. Pushing in towards
5-7 when he's playing from the angle that he is, and that makes it really tricky to walk out of the door, but kadiaN's able to do it. He takes him down. Maden peeks out, but TeSeS is ready. With this, it should be an easy enough round. borup as well with the Mach 10. Misses a few shots, and that gives Farlig an opportunity to get away with a kill. kadiaN's down already, and both Farlig and STYKO can back off and save these weapons. Now, zehN, of course, was the pivotal point of that overall CT setup. He needed to find that first kill, and as STYKO tries to aggress on,
pull the aim away for a split second, whether that's something that Heroic may have explored. Always a big fan of the small details. And, well, that's not a minor one. Farlig losing the
entire team's money is already strained as it is. Now, kRYSTAL dodges an A, dodges the flash, rotates over, and he'll be playing a bit of a crossfire with STYKO. But Heroic right now have to be careful about zehN, who's coming in from behind. And zehN with the USB comes in with a kill, but no more.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be too many real surprises outside of that one. If zehN had found 2 kills, maybe there was a chance, but all onus on STYKO now if they want to turn this round on its head, and, well, because it's
crossing the Ts, all that good stuff.
There's some really annoying angles you have to clear out, though, if you're going to go
That's
this
true, actually.
way.
There's, like, these really thin ones as well from the side of truck and everything. It's super frustrating.
Nah, STYKO's dead, 100% surely.
Nah, maybe. I don't know about that, though. Maybe he checks this, because NIKO's going a little bit wider now. He will get 1 kill, but that's... Okay, not quite on the...
X phase you still like to do as well. Solo himself, Farlig pressured over at ramp, and he's going to be forced back.
zehN has at least found the kill onto NIKO, who's already low. So zehN, who's proceeded forward to the secret area himself, will take him down. But look at how borup's trying to proceed. They've gone for the reverse outside control, where they go from hell instead, and zehN gets another before going down. That is inexcusable from Heroic. Now down 4 versus 3. borup can equalize, but utility will have to be expended to actually still make their contact in, and STYKO's got a gap in this smoke to work around with. Now, whether or not it works in his favor is to be seen, as borup will see the foot right as it lingers forward. Takes him down. 2 versus 3. Farlig on the AWP yet to strike in, and true means that Heroic, well, they might have dodged a bullet, and indeed they have. borup gets his 3rd kill of the round, and there's kRYSTAL all on his lonesome. Peeks out, drops the bomb, 35 seconds, has a chance to go for more, but needs to wide swing here, and kadiaN will intercept.
The B bomb site, no problems whatsoever. Good on-the-fly reaction from Heroic.
But it becomes a lot trickier when on the other side, you know, Heroic does have some of that good old screw you counter-strike, which is, you know, sort of what we're seeing over here, but not exactly. But it's the screw you counter-strike, which is that they'll sometimes take a peek and they say, yeah, we're just better than you. borup peeking Farlig earlier in the gun round when he's got an AK and Farlig has an AWP. That's something like that. You know, Heroic now have kind of the confidence of champions as they almost lose another player. STYKO not quite able to execute him, though, and as he goes up the ladder, he will go down. But yeah, that individual confidence, you can see that right there.
Play around the smoke as well. Different set of outside smokes as well for Heroic. This actually enables them to wrap towards Mini, but that's where zehN was positioned. So easy first kill. Actually finding a second as well.
Yeah, Heroic go for this with 2 smokes as well. STYKO, though, nestled away in ramp corner. Good for a kill and almost... That sounds very low, but his Molotov sure as hell will as he scopes backwards, watching for decontamination. Turns around for the sickest shot in the West, and he will go forward for the bomb plant as well. kadiaN to cover, kadiaN to spray, kadiaN not to find anyone, and stavn will fall because of it. kadiaN can't cover...
For GODSENT to win, but Heroic definitely make that one scary. Oh no. zehN getting picked off early towards Mini as well.
That's a big one. zehN was so impactful in the previous round, bringing it home. And Farlig on the bright side is coming alive, but the second flick doesn't work, and he has to back off at this point. Does he? Is he re-peeking? Really? Wow.
Wow. And Heroic have fallen back as well, so it's actually a good read in the end. If not a dangerous game to play.
Very much so. Maden, though, his middle name is Danger, and he has been acquainted with death as well. Not quite his middle name, but a distant relative who he meets quite often. Farlig takes away STYKO and company. They know there's also 50 seconds left, so they can't really overcommit. And with the squeaky door of decontamination being open, that's that. cadiaN waits for them to make their way over. Rotation's coming through, but they're from behind. Does he realize it? Yes, he does. Turns around. Good flick, but second peek from STYKO will secure the kill. GODSENT get it away with very...
So kadiaN still has to keep that in the back of his mind. Faster play here from Heroic. They're collapsing on this A site quickly, and Maden's dropped in an instant. The SMG is tracking him down. kRYSTAL as well, forced off of his angle. They'll have to play for retake, and sure, they have some utility to do so. They have kits as well, but they have to make sure they don't bleed out on their manpower. The wiser, but now they're making steps. They're collapsing on this B bomb site. They've got a fast rotation available for GODSENT. STYKO getting away with one kill. The second as well, as they're not quite prepared for it. And Farlig as well, showing his hand with the AWP. A much cleaner looking round here for GODSENT. And Heroic, that outside take, yeah, that gap is a bit of an issue because it slows them down, and GODSENT were already prepared.
Yeah, you can see STYKO already having basically placed himself in a perfect off angle. stavn's good for one. Damage is important, and he knows it as well. Keeps on crouching forward, but Maden with the MP.
Alright, this is the wall of smokes. I think somebody just wasn't throwing one of the smokes to make sure that they make use of the wall of smokes a little bit quicker, and that means that STYKO cannot get that forward position. It doesn't matter, though. He gets the kill anyway, even though Borup seemed to get the drop on him. Getting away with 40 HP, and Heroic have cancelled here. They're doubling back, trying to take control where they can, but they're losing a lot of these fights. Long-range spray from NIKO. zehN should be able to trade. No, NIKO actually dodging that one too. So a lot more competitive. And oh dear.
stavn's actually made it very competitive. It's a 2v2 all over again. They've got a bomb, they've got a Molotov as well. Molly will clear out heaven, but Farlig on the one angle they didn't quite check. Is able to get the quick kill. NIKO in hot pursuit of the Vents players, unable to connect, ready to intercept, but can't quite get any kills off the back of it.
Yeah, wrapping towards hell. They're trying to pressure this off out of Farlig's hands. Switching to the USP, very good decision to make, and eventually stavn will get his hands on that coveted AWP and finds a secondary frag as well off the back. And they have.
Yeah, this is going to be really important for them as well, because it's not just holding on to information, it's holding on to weaponry. cadiaN picks up that gun. 45 seconds as well. Losing this many players early on, that is criminal. And now in a 2 versus 2, kRYSTAL's positioning. Well, he's not checking for heaven, and right as he does, he sees the head. The timing works in his favor, but it doesn't guarantee them the round even now. stavn proceeds forward, and he gets the shot, pulls out the Glock, will be able to continue the kill as well. Bomb can be planted, but will it be so? stavn instead, perhaps just expecting kRYSTAL to rotate in. But with 10 seconds on the clock, he knows it is his prerogative to make a move. kRYSTAL, here's the bomb being planted, and in he drops. stavn will back off immediately, play around the double doors, and he will have the shot. Beautiful. As low as it is, means that the former is even risky. And as they drop down and take full control, there's no one to contest at all beyond just sprays through smokes, and stavn takes away kRYSTAL's life. Now they're trying to get aggressive inside the lobby, but there's no one to find. GODSENT at every single step of the way are being read. They're being found. As he's still flying. Yeah, that's the problem. This is worst possible scenario. Maden gets one short, but it will not matter.
Yeah, and you just have to save here if you're Maden. Every reaction that GODSENT were trying to go for, given how much space that they were losing outside, and the unwillingness to take that fight at long range, given that they have MP9s primarily, you can understand the decision-making there from GODSENT. But losing weapons here...
That'll really be punching their confidence in the gut. That'll be a map against Heroic where they are doing this on the terrorist side. NIKO starts off very nicely. Well, Michael, there's very little that GODSENT can do to bring themselves back over here. It's such a difficult game to come back to, and this one last round that they'll have in the next one, this one last gun round, that's what seals their fate for the entire game, or so it seems.
Yeah, they'll still be able to get one more buy-in, but a 9th round for Heroic is, like you said, maybe a little bit too much of a task when they end up on the second half.
No, I mean the next one. They've been given free control over ramp, and with the Molotov and flashbang being there, Farlig has to retreat as well. zehN's fallen, and that's a huge kill. He was trying to get tricky from Secret, but NIKO, this time, he gets the better of him.
Oh, a couple 1-for-1 exchanges, but Heroic still having the man advantage. cadiaN eliminating space. It's really going to come down to Farlig's position. He's making some noise as well, so NIKO should be aware that that's going to be a flank, but Farlig still bests him in the duel. Brings it closer. They have a kit, a smoke as well, so some of these post plants that Heroic have set up into may not even be the best because of that utility. kRYSTAL trying to lead the way.
Well, kRYSTAL has already lost one of his teammates, and it seems like maybe a save would have been a better choice, but Farlig doesn't even have that opportunity over here. cadiaN! Slow peek.
Smoke towards main. Yeah, I don't think that's quite where they intended it.
Borup, though, he's already had NIKO take down zehN. That's been a duel going the other way for quite a while now. And NIKO to see what he can really find. No one's pushing into him, though. Heroic are so cautious, and Maden's forced to make the move, but he's good for the kill. STYKO and as the one across the map, and suddenly things are possible. Maden, though, traded away. TeSeS. I said he hasn't had a chance to shine, but maybe it's his time to turn off the sun. STYKO, wait for them to come in. deagle at the ready. They're checking the angle, but it's not good enough. STYKO, so fantastic on the deagle, and he's done it all. Fifth round. Well, cadiaN's position was good, but he lets go of it a bit too early, perhaps expecting them to face into him. stavn tagged up just a little bit early on, but he will be finished by STYKO, the one who stole away the previous. 5v4, NIKO and company. Ooh, actually, GODSENT, they've thrown a little bit of an interesting state of affairs. Borup will fall as well. Suddenly, this becomes a nearly impossible retake without a kit or a flashbang. Farlig is ready to take over Secret. There's no way the player gets past him, and with the P250 missing a few shots, it got dicey, but even so, Farlig good for the kill, and now cadiaN has to deal.
Yeah, he moves away from one P250 straight to another. zehN ultimately finding that frag. I'll test this. If he gets away with full, healthy armor, it bodes well, because you expect Heroic to buy up in that second round. Does he actually get checked? Okay, TeSeS is actually finding the kill. Jumping kRYSTAL. He could have converted the teammates, but TeSeS is making this a little bit more dangerous. Just in terms of... Could be all you need. cadiaN firing off a couple shots with the scout. They're wrapping quickly for NIKO. stavn and Borup there to trade things out, but ultimately collapsed on. Too much firepower for GODSENT, and they're cut out from the site. So cadiaN, yeah, quick call to save. TeSeS as well will join him shortly. Good couple rounds in a row here for GODSENT.
But it's all good. Done. 10-7, and in they go. Maden gets the first. Farlig connects with the second. Easy enough frags for them, and it will just be the quickest cleanup you've ever seen. Borup can't find anything either, despite there being a few low players, and one trade at worst. But yeah, Heroic utilities low. They'll have to rely on firepower, and Borup's good for it. Down as well with a quick kill. Borup still preventing them from getting into Squeaky Door as he peeks forward, and he knows that they've turned around and gone back to ramp, where there is yet another player lying in wait. NIKO, such a threat continually, and he will continue to do just that.
As they do set themselves up on the side low, they're looking to take some main control. Seems like stavn pushing past the smoke does catch Maden off guard, and he's able to escape as a result of the smoke as well.
Well, NIKO! Oh no, NIKO. Doesn't quite turn around in time. I think he's playing on 4-3. Otherwise, would have definitely seen the player out of the corner of his eye. But 3 versus 4 as a result of that. And although kRYSTAL is low, he still can stay in the back and see what he can find. zehN, good for one. Going for more, but doesn't expect the angle from stavn. And now it's just him and cadiaN. cadiaN playing from inside the lobby. The bomb is on the other side of that wall. STYKO proceeds forward and he's cut off cadiaN's head. With that, it's a 1v1 and stavn is incredibly low. He has to go for the ace clutch if he wants to win this. And even there, honestly, could just save the AWP and I wouldn't hate him for it.
He is here quickly, though. Oh, the spam.
Oh! This could go either way so easily. STYKO walking around the smoke, and in the reload, stavn is caught off.
Into this for Heroic, and that's a very costly one at that for GODSENT, so this is a swing round.
Well, cadiaN swung STYKO from a Little bit of a tree over there as he pushes through. GODSENT's own utility is fairly limited as well, so if they want to go for a late side hit later on, it'll be difficult, but holding a very tight little angle next to the generator before deciding to drop back down to the locker room. Maden inside the side already. They weren't expecting it. He walked all the way through squeaky, and borup is eliminated. Now, 3v3, and Maden is expecting kadiaN, but not quite the right place to put his crosshair at. Now, the T side has been detected. Molotov in vents will secure them forward, and zehN's found the equalizer.
kadiaN was siphoned off by the Molotov for just a few seconds, and ooh, the position here from Farlig. Around the other side of the door. This does get cleared, but can be often overlooked. Oh, Farlig actually committing to the swing off of no information, no sound cues made. zehN now left to clutch. 34 HP, they're doubling up together as well. He has positioned himself in an off angle. They may not clear. Up and down he'll go. zehN the first, the second as well. zehN, what?
Has made A side his stomping grounds. Watches for them pushing inwards. Flashbang there as well. It'll be helping him out just a little bit, and GODSENT have read this perfectly, and with a nade from STYKO, they're up 4 versus 2. Not sure if they quite heard him being tagged up, and as he gets on top of the red container, he will be found. zehN to take him down. Farlig now inside the side as he goes aggressively forward. borup, good for the kill, but his HP is basically non-existent, and he will be falling soon enough. But kadiaN, in the meanwhile, has already found one, and the rest of the team has come through to back up the A side. STYKO left alone, 1v4, makes it 3. But can he make it all the way through? For the player on the rafters, he's not going to check it. TeSeS
The map rather slowly. See kRYSTAL just out with the deagle by himself.
Oh, STYKO, beautiful entry as well, and with that, Maden finds a second. It's down to 4, STYKO now all the way through to hell, waits for the peek for in, the Molotov obscures. The faster pace play is what catches Heroic with their pants down. I don't think they had a correct read on their economy, actually. borup creeps through myself every time I die.
It's like, I've got info, I've created space.
Yeah.
Go, take A, quick.
The good old Dota ways. Who clocks first? And STYKO's waiting for some backup to come in before he can really go in, and oh, they're going to be peeking forward into 2 players. Maden's already found the first as well, and with this, the Molotov can't delay them long enough. kadiaN will fall next, and although he's able to get a kill from beyond the grave, it's TeSeS who's next to descend into the grave with him. 4 versus 2, and GODSENT, for the first time in this entire game, at the most crucial of points, will be up in rounds 13 to 12. Go into secret. TeSeS on the P250, awkward angle as any, but he'll be cleared out, but still wins the deal. kRYSTAL taken down, AK is recoverable without exposing him to anyone else, and he will be able to pick it up as he moves forward. So a bit more firepower and suddenly a lot more rest for the GODSENT side, but STYKO quick to trade and equalize down, taking the duel and will win it.
Secret, but they're wrapping. NIKO very prepared for this, a deep angle to clear. First duel should be good, the second may be harder to line up. As they go for the double swing, he actually does so much damage on the secondary player, but zehN brings it back.
I believe. Are they? No. Wow, okay. I thought they would. But they actually decide to walk directly in.
Oh
and
my
STYKO's
goodness.
found 2 from squeaky. kRYSTAL was the third. The sudden contact is working out wonders for them. 5 versus 2 in TeSeS and NIKO. Welcome to safe territory, I guess.
Yeah, no money really left on a few of the players on Heroic. So it has to be a 5-on-2 spot. Whether or not he consistently gets 2 in that position, that can be thrown into a bit more question, but so much impact being found by STYKO, particularly on this T side, and GODSENT again will find themselves in a lead. This borup on top of the hut, Molotov out of position. Good jump away though. He's going to be a bit of a nuisance now, collapsing towards that A side, but it's a fake. TeSeS receiving a lot of pressure towards ramp, and he finds a secondary kill on Farlig on the Molotov alone. This has not gone to plan here for GODSENT. They can't flush TeSeS out, and borup hot on their heels. He's containing them.
Sounds coming in from behind though, and Maden might not expect it, but he moves past right at that instant. And Maden, beautiful stuff. The first headshot will allow them the bomb plant. With this down, he can't really help out until it's too late. Maden sees him as well now that his position's given away. Things are Player from Vents has rotated back to Secret, and over he goes. NIKO will now be proceeding forward. Maden expecting this in outside mini. He gets the duel down to 4, and as the secondary player will fall down as well, zehN will have heard him. zehN misses the shot though. That's everything. That's it gone. He doesn't have the bomb planted for him. Grenade will not matter. Maden peeks out. Maden to fall as well.
That may haunt them if this goes to an overtime or Heroic take this game. Good fast play here from kRYSTAL, but NIKO spams him down. He's been going for these more individual plays. This time he has his team behind him, but they're not in a place to trade, and NIKO has done one better. A secondary kill. All the meanwhile, kadiaN's applying pressure. This is a very deflated GODSENT. The round just after losing a potential clutch comeback. Plot armor. Just when they meet a bit of difficulties and they're hunting for STYKO. He may die after time here as well. Oh dear, he has to tuck himself away. Surely not. They're trying really desperately, and there is worst case scenario.
This is very much going to be a good old-fashioned firepower battle, and TeSeS is about to be acquainted with a lot of them, but not before stavn takes contact, and TeSeS will now aggress forward, but zehN's brought him down. stavn as well. He's running out of bullets. He pulls out the pistol, but Farlig, I'm just wrong. Heroic. The bomb's not planted yet, but zehN's pushing forward. He wants to get aggressive. He's caught the player out with the smoke. He will be trying to bait the shot. Succeeds in that as well. zehN's taking him down. Now, a 3v2. boRup and NIKO. They don't have time on the T side, and that's what they're trying to take advantage of. NIKO finds the kill, but he's traded away. boRup gets another. He's in a 1v1. Bomb can be planted. Farlig will have it in time, and now it all comes down to this. Is perfect. Door is closed as well. There's no way boRup checks this angle immediately at him.
I see one. It comes down to a one-on-one. They had the B-bomb site for so long, and they never got the bomb planted. Okay, what is that from kRYSTAL? Straight to the overtime. He spammed one through a smoke. Fortunately for Heroic, they still have some presence outside, so stavn can keep things contained. Does he get cleared at this angle? Oh, they're leaving him, and he's letting them pass initially. He's lining up more than one frag. 2 kills in from stavn. They collapse, and that is a shut.
You're going to be coming in from behind, and that's how he secures a 3K. Otherwise, it would have just been 2, and you really don't know what you're in for from that point. But STYKO finds a kill, so does Maden, and GODSENT says, you know what, you fight us, we'll fight you right back. Blow for blow, swing for swing, and Heroic, they are still have chosen to save in these situations. They've not been able to go for the same kind of insane clutches that GODSENT has. And now as boRup moves in, TeSeS has found Maden. boRup looks to drop down immediately towards the lower bomb side, but he knows they're coming in, and boRup's got another. He's stepping up in OT and gets a lot of damage as well. TeSeS to complete a 1.
Either of them can run away with a round.
Let's not forget, Heroic's the #1 team in the world with an 85% win rate on Nuke, but they haven't faced Farlig yet or STYKO. There's no way you're getting past these 2 big bad boys. And NIKO, he's been tagged up, forced back. zehN to finish him off with the Molotov, and that's it. There you have it. Smoke there, he's going to be able to get in behind them. zehN, he's got a feel of this game like no one else does. But Heroic are speeding up. STYKO has to delay for zehN to be able to come over. STYKO good for 1, Maden a second. But it's zehN in the back lines who's provided the space they need. stavn left of going forward. He will be peeking out sooner rather than later. He always likes to get aggressive, but maybe Heroic can get the timing over here. Maden sees the AK and he can't get the win. boRup and kadiaN take over the A bomb side, and now it's back to a 2 versus 3. boRup is low though, and he will fall. STYKO in the flank comes in, but zehN has a smoke covering up the angle. Can't quite connect through it. STYKO sees the second player. zehN will get the kill. 2v1. kadiaN alone. Solo on the AWP. The in-game leader has to lead his team through the greener pastures, and he's found the first, revealing his position as he does so. So worried about where STYKO can come from. STYKO circling around. STYKO moving forward. kadiaN's missed the shot. STYKO gets the kill. 19-16. GODSENT take game #1.
I expect this to be the standard set here for GODSENT. They love a little bit of connector control, opening up their options. See boRup force back. stavn and boRup combining for a couple of frags, though, and they're eventually going to get tracked down. zehN hot on the heels of the second. TeSeS is very low, so he just has to keep running, but his pathway has been blocked off. zehN's going to get there too quickly, and that's an easy enough kill to find.
Pronax. They're very happy to rotate back when there's 30 seconds left on the clock, but kadiaN is expecting it. Smoke goes over, zehN takes contact, and with the Molotov there as well, it seems like kadiaN might not be as useful as I thought he would be. They're going back towards the A bomb side, but NIKO's dropped the bomb, and NIKO's going for more. kRYSTAL will trade, yes.
Well, that said, they did win a couple. on Nuke. Certainly still the chance. STYKO gonna get dropped, provide full coverage. kadiaN can now pick it up, but he's low.
Oh, kadiaN. Needed another kill over there, and with zehN finding is frozen stiff. Don't close your eyes or he'll come even closer. TeSeS comes alive with 2 quick ones and even has a chance to fade away because GODSENT spacing allows just that. Reload is needed, but he's not going for it. 3 bullets in the gun and pulls out the USB instead. kRYSTAL finally to find him and picks up the farmers for his trouble. A 3 versus 4 with 2 pharmacists is doable, but it needs Maden to come alive with the deagle. And as he goes forward, that's exactly what happens. zehN finds another and the second. Suddenly a 2 versus 1. M4 recovered. Maden has Kevlar as well. NIKO, no utility. So GODSENT might be very close to stealing away around, but NIKO has something to say about it. 1 versus 1, sees the shadow, and he will find the kill. There you go, but oh so close. Important nade over there. Does a little bit less damage than I thought it would, but even so, kadiaN's found the first. It's Maden to fall. kadiaN took the peek out into connector with the AWP, and the bomb is recovered afterwards. Now, TeSeS' positioning is incredibly important, but STYKO's found stavn, and that actually makes things he says all the way across the monster tunnel. I'd like to think he says that at least in his head. But now the MP5 is brought down. kRYSTAL to be the one to take him away.
Yeah, now that the Surfer dude's been eliminated. Oh my goodness, kRYSTAL jumping on NIKO's head.
STYKO within the madness will fall, and his basis is on full HP, has the ultimate advantage, but as he proceeds forward, the bomb's not quite planted for him. kadiaN finds the first. Farlig is trying to save his trigger for the 2, but unfortunately just isn't able to get it done. Again, despite it getting very close, Heroic are able to...
Such a silly round, the round prior. Goomba Stomp not finding anything, and while STYKO brought down as the lurking player towards B. That's the second time this has happened now where GODSENT haven't really shown too much form elsewhere on the map, and while TeSeS pushing that advantage further. Though it does get traded, again, it's information bled over to Heroic.
kadiaN's waiting for them to come in, and NIKO's found the first. kadiaN follows up right there, leaving just kRYSTAL alive. Still plenty of time on the clock and plenty of players on the map. TeSeS peeks out and he is overwhelmed. 4 players peeking. Very bare minimum, but Borup's scouting position is really what matters. kadiaN gets the first. Borup is still moving forward, trying to get the duel, but he can't decide. And he falls because of it. Again, we find ourselves in a 3v3 as stavn at least equalizes, but the bomb is down. And kadiaN, he can't really find them. stavn on B short, his position is known, and he's very low. And as Farlig will be creeping forward, even if Farlig falls, stavn can be traded. Indeed he is. 2v2 with another gun recovered. Both M4s alive. AWP in the hands of kadiaN makes it so tricky, and the flashbang's great. STYKO off the back of stavn finds the flash. kadiaN though in a 1v1, still finding it out, getting aggressive. Inside the corner of B short he goes, and he's spotted out, but he can't get the kill. Now faking out the defuse, and it's GODSENT who will get the round even if kadiaN gets away. And that flashbang picked up, that's huge.
Yeah, it's monumental. Again, STYKO creeping out through the smoke on Monster is really hoping to capitalize, but it's really Heroic that are taking space away.
Can't quite connect, and as he's spotted, he'll be rounding the corner, and he's going for the shot. Waits too long, and kRYSTAL of all players will be the one to overwhelm. NIKO at the ready, but Molotov at its feet. And the full carpet comes in. The TeSeS cannot make their way forward without getting the kill on Borup, and as they do finish them all off, that's Heroic to fall and fluster. And Michael, where you're saying kadiaN on the AWP is a silver lining, it's also a bit of a poisoned chalice. As they drink from it, but they buy up all around it. Otherwise, if kadiaN dies there, I'm sure they're safe. Now, their economy is devastated. stavn as well as being hunted down. GODSENT knows it's much more important to get the skill rather than actually saving their own weapons.
Yeah, they throw resources.
And Heroic, this time over, there goes the train, and there goes the MAC-10. Finds itself 2 kills, zehN as well, padding up. Not that he really... STYKO also knows where the second player is, now that that smoke's been thrown. He knows they're going to be coming back, and he's got the kills. Down to fall as well. Borup's the second player, but he doesn't have HP. And this is what I was talking about, especially because Borup is ideally the player who wants to get aggressive when he's playing that close, but now he's left alone. At least he's good for the first kill despite his low HP, and he's trying to spray transfer through, but zehN still finishes him off. 4 versus 3, and Heroic will turn around and try to go for a save. Borup proceeds forward, CZ in hand, but TeSeS.
I like that you highlight the smoke because that smoke was awesome.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. But TeSeS, he's got them off. He's only got one though. Flashbangs are great, but NIKO keeps it in their favor. stavn on the CZ, forced to reload. Farlig's given enough time to get the quick kill, and stavn around the corner being watched from either side. But kadiaN is the savior. kadiaN though left on the toilet.
Because they know how important that round is. Off of a scrappier buy. kRYSTAL, a lot of nade damage received. stavn will finish him off, and then Borup aggressive through the smoke. STYKO's been doing that so far, so much in this half. Okay, Maden, that's a Hail Mary trade, spamming him through. Did hear the smoke bouncing around, so he's able to echolocate him. But still a significant man advantage here for Heroic.
And these are two players who haven't been having the best of games. Farlig will fall as well. Maden at least gets himself the second, but I mean, he's doubled up his kills already by doing that, and we're 10 rounds into it. You can see the problem right now for GODSENT, I think, lies.
GODSENT's control, so they can take bathrooms, they can work through mid without having to expend utility, but kadiaN posted.
Bit of an awkward first Molotov. Clips the corner. It happens sometimes, not a big deal, but TeSeS, his angle, so troublesome to deal with. kRYSTAL again lurking on long. Not able to find anything now. The 3v5 comes in as they're proceeding forward. Nades are still on point. STYKO, sure, you're good for one, but unfortunately, got to be good for all 5 at this point. As he's left alone versus 3, he's proceeding forward and he can't quite get the kill. Well, gun rounds maybe a little bit earlier than that.
And it's just some of the late round decision making as well when they're in the 4-on-3 saved over rifles that help.
Absolutely.
Get the ball rolling a little further on the CT side.
Flank though, so with that Molotov going out from kadiaN, they'll be delayed for long enough, and the nade as well is nicely placed. kadiaN is playing them like a fiddle right now, goes in for the second. zehN and Maden to fall makes it a very unlikely round, and although he misses the third, he will be given more opportunities, but teammates' destination over toilets is incredibly important. But look at this. This is huge. This is massive. STYKO has to get a few kills there, and through the smoke he gets one. Expects a second, and that's Borup to fall with this Heroic. Are desperately trying to walk up water. NIKO has found the first, and a smoke behind him means he's got place to back off through as well. Gets almost 3 kills, but Maden at least trades over there. 3v2, but the nade will equalize. Bomb can't be planted either because of it, and as kadiaN moves forward with the AWP, he knows it's now being planted, pulls out the CZ, proceeds forward, finds a quick kill, headshot to the back of kRYSTAL's skull, and at least Farlig in a 1v2. AK in hand, at the ready, can't spray.
The flashes force him back. STYKO, oh my goodness, he's been tagged by spam, he's been naded. He's on 15 HP, he's not even seen anyone.
50 seconds and GODSENT setting up for a full monster hit, but with 2 players on the other side having a perfect crossfire, this will be so difficult. Borup gets one traded immediately. STYKO with 2 on the entry though makes things completely different. Smoke goes forward. kadiaN again can't really get a good sideline over, but that nade is everything. Finds Maden yet again, and good damage on top of it. Bomb will go down, and as kadiaN rounds the corner, he'll be met by a player who he cannot shake hands with. Farlig goes over as well. kadiaN on the repeat gets another, and it's now 2 versus 2, Michael. Farlig has to step up. There's been so many opportunities for him, and he pushes forward. kadiaN will fall, and the second will evade him. Then around the corner he comes, and he's put the cherry on top.
The CT side economy, at least in a comfortable enough position. Otherwise, Heroic could run away with this door open. Oh, that's perfect for the boost.
Beautiful stuff. They're just setting up for this pistol round perfectly, and zehN still spamming, but STYKO's the one to get 2.
And surely, they're all stacked up on the same angle. It's a triple peek. Don't go into it. Oh, okay. Ball pans quickly. They'll take their turns at it.
Oh, Maden scouts out a player. Farlig knows that there's a few more coming in from behind, but it's Maden to provide cleanup services. Gets 1, 2, 3. USP pulled out, and I have to say, NIKO, I don't think that's how Hot Potato's supposed to work. You're not supposed to be the one left alone in the end, so maybe we don't too soon, you know? Just bring the gun round out ASAP. TeSeS unfortunately has been tagged up the wrong side, and zehN with a flashbang, very nice.
GODSENT, and now with 30 seconds left, now the hit comes.
And now they've heard the information, them proceeding forward. zehN playing from the angle, great shot from him to take down kadiaN, and STYKO's found one as well. This is going to be huge from kRYSTAL. MP9, perfect place for it too. The mobility can be so important, but kRYSTAL misses his shot. Been red actually, very early smokes get thrown out. And as they'll be flashing themselves forward, Farlig peeks out and sees they've gone through it. Gets himself one, refaces out for the second, and with Maden providing backup, he's good to back off. Maden gets another.
Heroic even realized they're bypassing, they're running right past him. STYKO actually performing a very quick flank as a result, and they don't clear him. Bomb drop, gone and exposed. kadiaN, fortunately for enough for them, was watching the flank, so he's dealt with. That could have really cascaded out of control. A 3-on-3, now hot on their heels, and kadiaN's given up the angle. zehN could flank as well.
zehN came in from B short, so they don't know he's here, and they think their flank is safe because of kadiaN's positioning. They can't possibly expect this. zehN, this is the perfect spot to be at the perfect time as well. kadiaN will get another yes, but that just means zehN has a little bit more to do, and he's able to move past. He gets
just for GODSENT, really applying the pressure here for Heroic. Yet to register around on this T side.
Then peeks out, gets the first, keeps it spraying, almost a second, but not quite. kRYSTAL has to come in and finish him off, but kRYSTAL doesn't just want sloppy seconds, he wants even more. Unfortunately, Borb served it up to him. 2v2 with Heroic being very low. How many times have we seen GODSENT lose these exact same rounds on their own side, but no nade kill? This time over. Oh, changed my mind right there. Why don't you, Farlig? Secondary one will follow through and finish him off. NIKO now left in a 1 versus 2. Hoping that he can pull out a miracle. Waiting for them to come in. His HP is not fantastic, but he's playing a great angle around it. And as they white peek forward, Maden will get the kill. To back off as well, and with this, they go back and get toilets control immediately afterwards. And they know that how many players are in long. Farlig was never expected by NIKO there at all. They pushed all the way through, and they can do that because now kRYSTAL's on the bomb site as he rotated back. zehN's also in a great position to rotate if they need him to, but it's Maden to go all the way forward, and Farlig is even watching for another one. Flashbang will at least force him back up the angle, but he's more than happy to re-peek and see if they're coming in, and because of this one smoke, they can feel a bit more comfortable rotating the players over to an aggressive position. STYKO flashed up, is forced to back off, but zehN's good for one. STYKO follows up. Beautiful stuff as kadiaN at least gets one, but STYKO almost gets a second through the gap in the plywood. kadiaN now aggressing forward, has to get the shot, but he's not good for it. Trade is there, and now Borb and Farlig are in a 1 versus 1. And Farlig is creeping in, and he's got it done. M4 picked up to do it as well. Heroic won so many clutches on their CT side, so many. But GODSENT have now a streak of 7.
Growing process on this GODSENT side as they've risen up. And Heroic, they're going balls to the wall, quick towards B. STYKO overran by the MAC-10. Farlig letting the first one pass, but he gets the bomb. And the second one fully flashed up. It's perfectly played. kRYSTAL not able to get things done as stavn equalizes. It's again a 2-on-2, but this time Maden may not even allow the post-plant. zehN hot on their heels, lining up the first, a 1-on-1. stavn's on low HP, and he hears the rotation away. Maden has information to play off of, but there's so much time.
My God.
Maden doesn't.
Up since the second half has begun, and he's feeling slightly better about himself. Smoke to assist him, even gives him a small bit of gap to work around. Farlig, good for the first. Maden playing inside the smoke. They're not going to be expecting him. He's never done this so far. zehN goes down short, but this is great setup for Maden to come through and deliver the execution, but he's missed his initial shots. Farlig is saving the day. Problem is, sometimes the bricks fall on your head, and now TeSeS is hoping to be that very same brick. Now he goes forward to opening kills with the Tech 9, and this is the best they've ever. This is so much pressure on to the Heaven player. Farlig, if he doesn't get a kill over here, this is game over. He gets one, yes, but even so, 2 versus 3. zehN proceeds forward. Can he find an AK-47 over here? He should be able to pick one up from Heaven, but Heroic themselves have got plenty of firepower too. But are they expecting a player to come through all the way from connector? zehN moving inwards.
My God.
And he's found the angle again and again. zehN is threading the needle, and he's distracted so much information away from them as well. zehN inside the smoke. He goes MP9 at the ready. It's an SMG. You know he wants to push through it. But Heroic Death Player is coming in from the side. kadiaN, Tech9 at the ready. He has to care for so many different angles. And Maden, as he finds one, at least kadiaN trades on the other side. A 1 versus 1, and Maden doesn't have HP. Then Maden's got the angle, and he can at least try and fake out the...
How many times have they taken that and been fast flanked, taken out by connector pressure from GODSENT? They go A instead. And oh, Borup, good start, good entry. As that GODSENT money, it was broken as a result of that one round because of how close it has been. That tightrope, they finally slip.
It's been a bit ridiculous, hasn't it?
Absolutely. And well,
Maden, this would be the worst possible round for Heroic to fall. They're dropping 2 players.
Oh. This player rounds the corner. That'll be dangerous. NIKO tapping away, showing that there is that gap, and he
will be peeking out soon enough, but that is 2 very low terrorist side players. kRYSTAL surfs backwards. 30 seconds on the clock, and they're getting ready and primed up. zehN, so good so far. 30 kills in him now, and as the flashbang makes its way over, zehN should be able to follow through, but he's not quite committing to the angle. Now with the flashbang coming in, Maden and zehN both good for a few, and this is the B bomb side that cannot be penetrated. NIKO, sure, he takes down kRYSTAL, but there's still so many players all around holding all the major angles. They smoke off short, but a secondary flashbang will keep them at bay. Nade as well is there. zehN moves past the smoke and reveals his position with the AK, sprays through as he sees the barrel of the gun. And it's all NIKO left alone. 1 versus 2, 6 seconds on the clock, fakes it out as well, but now he has to commit. They don't have time for it. NIKO will be good for 1.